Okay, so very recently I put out this like Brainiac, and it had an issue with like soft locking the stage. If you tried to do one of his moves, he would just go off the stage and never come back. So user Chase Dollar told me that this Beast Boy basically had a very similar problem, where like he'd turn into a horse and he'd run off the screen and never come back. And sure enough, he's right. But so I went into the code. Um, Let me get to the stage where like you would have been able to see it. Okay, so any stage where you come up short, like see how I can't walk all the way to the right on this stage because there's like an invisible wall there. And there's also an invisible wall on this side. Any stage with an invisible wall would have triggered the glitch that would have made like him soft lock in the move. But also like big resolution stages with high resolution numbers also would have triggered it. So I had to go into the code and figure out what was causing it. I think this is the move, yeah. So yeah, he would just run or in place. If you put him in a stage like this, he would have just ran in place and trampled Chun Li forever if he can't make it to the end of the stage or if he can't detect it. So I changed it to a time trigger where just after a certain amount of time, he just does the second part of the move. So he turns around. Um, so that was the main issue, was fixing this horse move from soft locking Mugen. But I also noticed that when he does this super, right here, the characters go to the right. The little cyborg helper that was there a second ago was not despawning. In fact, I think the Robin helper probably wasn't despawning too, but he's off the screen, so you couldn't see that he was despawning. So it took me a while to figure out what was causing, because it looked like the code was there to tell him to despawn. But it might be as simple. This is like code talk. It might be as simple as like anim time can't be paired with destroy self code. Because as soon as I changed it to time instead of anim time, it started working again and he despawned. So the horse move worked now, or at least it won't soft lock. It still looks basically right if you get into a stage that wouldn't have caused the issue to begin with. But if you get in a stage where like it would have locked it now, after a certain amount of time, he just turns around and it pops out of it so you don't get stuck. Uh, yeah, so that's fixed. And am I doing it wrong? Okay, I must be doing the wrong one. But yeah, so those two fixes are in. Enjoy, I guess. There's probably some stuff still wrong with this character, but I didn't spot it, and I don't feel like doing sprite work on him. Um, yeah, I definitely noticed some sprite issues, but yeah, like you see this little jag in his leg. Even I can see one right there. That probably should have been like one little pixel taken out. Would it look nicer there? But just stuff I noticed, but I'm not willing to like really sink the time into sprite work. Uh, but enjoy Chase Dollar.